is everything written for us? Like risk, problems, wife, home, happiness, then it means our life is not in our control. It means whatever we do, we will still get what is written for us. It's not like that. It's never like that. We people, when it comes to the religion, we bring this idea. But when it comes to our worldly life, have we ever, did we ever think, when you want to travel from one place to another place, when you want to go for the holidays, you will just wait? No, if Allah has written holidays, then only I will travel. No. When you are doing your worldly life, your worldly things in the house, in your lifetime, you will never bring this Qadr issue in your life. When it comes to halal and haram, when it comes to the following of the religion, when a person is in trouble now, for example, a person lost in the tijara, in his business, now he will think, oh, ye mera naseeb kharab hai. Allah ne mera naseeb kharab likha tha. That's why I'm in loss. Allah has done this for me. Allah ne mere naseeb mein, I tried my best, but Allah has no. When you are having any problems, then you remember and you will blame, ye hamare naseeb mein aisa likha hai. When you have a problem with the wife, you will bring this issue. When you have a problem with the home, you will bring this issue. When you have the problem with the happiness and sadness, you will bring this issue. No, my brothers and sisters. First of all, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent the Quran. Why did He send the Quran? He didn't say that, He didn't send, taqdeer. He didn't send taqdeer to us. He didn't say, okay, this is the taqdeer, go by this, and then you will. No, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent the Quran. First of all, it is 100%, I agree with you, everything is written by Allah. There is no doubt in that. A to Z, even like my movements of my hands about my life is already written. But imagine, after just before 1 hour, I was planning to come on TV, this live TV. Imagine, I don't know. Now I'm because I come over here, I'm presenting this. But before an hour, guess what happened? If my house, if the whole electricity is gone, how can I say that no, I planned this and it will happen? No, now it is happening because I tried it. And if something happens, that happens not because it was already planned by me and I got that result. Now, for example, if I want to drink the poison, and then now I want to drink poison and I'm saying, if Allah gives me life, I will survive, and if Allah wants me to die, I will die. Now, this is a wrong analysis. I'll tell you why. Because what is the purpose of the poison? The purpose of the poison is to kill you. Anybody who takes the poison, he will die. So that is the poison, and that's the result. If a person has taken the poison and he still survived, that is your naseeb, because Allah didn't want you to die. But otherwise, if you died having the poison, this is not naseeb. This is the actual what the poison is meant for. And this is, you have to be blamed for that. Same thing, anything in the life. Your risk, Allah has fixed it, yes. But what do you know? There's a risk for the queen. There's a risk for the king. There's a risk for the prime minister. There's a risk for the president. There's a risk for the one who is working as a postman. There's a risk who is working as a taxi driver. So who will decide what risk is that? Unless they are putting their efforts for that. If my risk is written as a teacher and I'm just sitting in the barber shop and cutting the hair of the people, that is wrong, because I have to put my efforts, and then I see whatever is coming to me, so that is based on my efforts. Before putting the efforts, before putting your act to that, you can't expect and you can't say it is in the naseeb, so I can just, same thing. Why did the problem come to your life? Tell me. You are saying about the problems. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is not happy to put you into trouble. Allah will not bring problems to you. Instead, Allah will guide you. Allah will guide you to tell you how to be, away from the problems. How will you be away from the problems? So, if you don't follow Allah's guidance and then you fall into a problem, you can't blame your nasib. For example, I'll give you the example for the problems. I am walking in the street and I saw some, bad people are sitting there, and I know that if I pass by them and if I do something, I will be in trouble. I will get a problem. Now this is a common sense. I can't rely on my nasib and say, no, I will pass by them and I will do anything I want, and if something will happen bad to me, it is my nasib. No. You are looking for the problem there. And if you got the problem, that is not your nasib, that's your, foolishness. But if you have passed by that and you didn't get the problem, that is your nasib. Because actually that area, the passing it's actually meant for you to create problem for yourself. Same thing, everything in your life. For example, let's take the example of the wife. You have a problem with the wife. Now, did you follow the guidance of Allah to choose a proper wife? No. So the result is automatically you will get a problematic wife. So when you get a problematic wife, you can't blame your nasib. Because you actually didn't follow the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to choose the proper wife. And now you got a problem with this wife. Is not because of your nasib. This is because of your foolishness. Your ignorance of the guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. If you are choosing a proper wife, and then your wife is something happened to her, then it is a test from Allah. Then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you don't have to be blamed for that. And this is not something against your nasib. This is not something against your nasib. Our Prophet Muhammad ﷺ has already said to us that the example of the camel. Example of the camel he gave to us, that when you are, resting somewhere and you have a camel. Okay, this is the guidance I'm telling you. This gives the example, a solution for everything that you do. Like camel, when you leave the camel untied to some place where you are stopping, and you leave the camel untied and you are not careful about it, you don't expect the camel to wait for you and wait, and you will still find that disobedient obedient camel staying for you and wait for you. No, once you have untied that camel and you are just going away from it, the camel will run away from you. So Prophet has guided us that when you have done your job and you are resting, tie your camel. What does that mean? It's not something against your nasib. It is exactly, mashallah, part of your nasib. So first we have to follow the guidance of Allah and guidance of Rasulullah in all our life, whether it is risk, whether it is home, whether it is even in the problems. If sometimes we come into problem not because we are doing or expecting or inviting the problem comes from the people. But if you have the problem, everybody will have the problem. What's the solution and how will you find the solution? For example, I'll give you one example. A man, he was wronged by somebody. Somebody has done zulm on him. Now this man is saying, okay, तूने मेरे साथ बुरा किया, मैं भी तेरे साथ बुरा करूँगा. I will also do the wrong to you. And then what he is doing? He is doing more and more bad efforts or strong efforts to harm that person. Now this is, if that didn't work, then he will say, अच्छा चलो कोई बात नहीं, अब मैं सबर करता हूँ, मेरे नसीब में ऐसा. No. Subhanallah, if Allah would have given you the opportunity, you would have killed that person. But no, because now you were not relying on Allah's guidance, you were not using Rasulullah's guidance, and you have tried your level best to do whatever you wanted, and if it didn't work, then you are saying, oh, nasib ki baat thi, nasib mein likha. This is totally, foolishness and fooling yourself. So, coming back to this point, first of all, risk, problems, wife, home, happiness, sadness, everything is written by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything. Do we know what Allah has written for us? No. Nobody knows. But are we told what to do and what not to do? Yes. It depends how much you study, how much you know it. But Allah did tell us, do this, don't do this. And in what way? He sent His book to tell us. He sent His messenger to tell us. So, also Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us, this is the third point. When Allah says, do this, Allah gives you the result for this. That these are the bonuses, these are the rewards, these are the merits, these are the virtues. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to you, don't do this, if you do this wrong thing, then you will fall into trouble. Now, the result is there. Allah is saying, if you do this wrong thing, the problem will come to you. And if we ignore that and we do it, and the problem will come, so this is something, we don't have to blame Allah. This is already, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has informed us that doing this, you will get the result. So this is how, my brothers and sisters, I want to tell you that Nasib is written. The Qadr is already written. Good and bad is all written. But also Allah told us what to do and what not to do. And also Allah told us even the results of good and results of bad. So if we don't follow by that, then the consequences will be everything that nobody, like for example, somebody is hungry and he says, I will not eat food. Because if Allah has put into my nasib to eat food, I will eat. And the food is served in front of him, but he doesn't want to eat because he's thinking, if mere nasib mein hoga to main khaunga. No, nobody thinks like that. When the food is served and a person is hungry, he will eat. After the food has eaten, and if he has overeaten or something has happened to him, then he can say, yes, abhi jo hai ye shayad I made the mistake here. Or I made the mistake there. That's why it happened. You can't blame anybody. Like if you are on a diabetic plan of food and you eat certain things which will be harmful for your diabetic system, and you did. So you can't blame Nasib. Mere Nasib mein tha to mere bimar zyada ho gaya. No, you already know that you are supposed to do this and you are not supposed to do this. But you did it against that. So the result will be, it's not part of your Nasib, this is part of your punishment that you deserve. And also, let's see, my brothers and sisters, again, one more thing. For an example, if somebody is walking in the street and somehow somebody turned up to you and he slapped you. Boom. How will you react to that? You will not control yourself. You will say, no, my life is controlled by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So because he slapped me, so I'll take it as a nasib. No. You will react to it. And you will never ever think, nasib ki baat thi. And if you get an opportunity, you might even slap him 2 times more than the one he has done. Why? Because now you are not thinking for the nasib. You are thinking for the nasib when your plans are not working properly, then you blame your nasib. This is something a Muslim should not be doing, my brothers. Anwar, I hope it is, I have answered your question in detail. Hopefully you will understand.